the Holy Grail was getting to New York on that trading floor in Manhattan and taking risk as a trader. I mean, that was my ultimate goal.
Right.
And I strived to get there. I mean, when I went through so much, I founded one of the things that I came to a conclusion in around 1996 is that the only way to get on the institutional side is to kind of come up with a back door.
Right.
And me and my best friend, Steve Seafeld, we founded ConvertBond.com. It was a platform that provided convertible securities information to the world for the first time.
Yeah. So again, so really, you guys, in essence, put together. You weren't market makers per se, but you created the exchange because for most people, and stocks used to trade this way also, and options even up to 10 years ago traded the same way. There wasn't a universal spot where I could go and see bids and asks on the the composite of listings. So with convertibles,
exactly.
and convertibles have been around. I mean, but it wasn't a new market. But you guys basically said, hey, let's be the aggregators of all this data, which I think was brilliant. It was a perfect time, perfect place. So talk about that business a little bit, because you were very successful and really kind of, again, followed your passion, used the technology, and I wouldn't say stumbled into it, but really saw the niche and said, hey, nobody's doing this. Why aren't we doing it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, back then you had Value Line, which came out, I think, weekly and monthly in paper form. What we noticed was Wall Street, all the trading desks, when they provided their clients information, is even in 1997, 1998, when Wall Street trading desks provided their clients information, they would produce a monthly book with like 1,000 convertible bonds in it, and with different data points, like what the yields are and what the prices are. And Steve and I were just like, this is so backward. I mean, the web is about to explode.
Yeah.
In truth be told, we would have been better off starting a dating website. but we love convertibles. I mean, Steve and I. We really appreciate the convertible bond as an investment, and we just thought that with our group of people that we had a really special group of people. We had a couple of programmers, and Steve and myself, and got our first big break. We built the database behind the scenes, and then we launched the website.
Yeah.
And I got a hold of Kate Bonner through the email. And, set up a time to meet her. And Kate Bonner was like not the Maria Bartiromo of that day, but a very powerful anchor in the afternoon on the Power Lunch program on CNBC.
Okay.
And I met Kate. She loved the idea of ConvertBond.com. She was a very sophisticated thinker, very sophisticated. She graduated from Wharton, and she just really understood convertibles. And I told her, a lot about, putting together a strategy and getting something up on CNBC about converts, and she took it, and she did 6 different pieces on us in about 9 months, and but after that it was the Wall Street Journal, Barron's, and then the funny thing was Morgan Stanley had this impression that ConvertBond.com was this huge behemoth intimidation machine. They thought we were going to take over the world, like you said, with the trading platform. That's the thing about investing and about a lot of these new technologies. Everybody thinks that, everybody thought back then that people would be trading bonds online like overnight.
Right.
Here we are 10 years later, and the market share for some of these trading sites is like still only 10, not even 10%.
Right.
So, but the feeling was back there, the feeling was in 1998, 1999, the feeling was on Wall Street that these websites would take market share, potentially 50% market share away from the street over the next 2-3 years. So there was a multiple. In other words, they paid a lot for us, just on fear and just on it's almost like an insurance policy.
Yeah,
and so they bought us.
They didn't understand the business. They didn't understand the business, so you were bigger than they were, and you were. Regardless of where you knew you were, that you definitely had years and experience ahead of them. So again, hat tip to you guys for taking that opening and plowing through the defensive line, because it's hard to do.
Yeah, and that's what gave me I mean, to young people out there that are listening and watching, I mean, that's what gave me the real break, because that is the back door. Because once I was at Morgan Stanley, I'm on the institutional convertible desk. I have a platform. I met all the convertible clients around the country, all the institutional buy-side clients, the big mutual funds, the hedge funds.
Yeah.
And when Larry McCarthy was a lifelong friend of mine at Lehman Brothers, he was head of distressed debt globally and high-yield trading. So he's a very important person. He's on the risk committee at Lehman Brothers. When he hired me, it was a pretty easy sell to the convertible team that he was going to bring in a guy that founded ConvertBond.com.